my humble Sitaram, my humble Namaste, and my humble Pranam, and good afternoon to each and every one of you, wonderful soul, noble soul, all you divine beings. My salutation to each and every one of you as I take this opportunity to continue Bhagawata Gita Dhyanam, the Dhyanam, the 9th Sloka of Bhagawata Gita. And so I have finished 5 shlokas previously, and now I'm on the 6th shloka. Today I will do the 6th and 7th shloka of the Gita Dhyanam. Again, Gita Dhyana means to meditate, to focus, to pay attention. How beautifully Bhagavad Gita comments with the introduction of the Gita Dhyanam to tell us we have to always be alert, we have to pay attention, Dhyanam, we have to be focused. Whatever in our life we do, we have to be focused. Also a message to the students that whatever we are doing in class, we have to be focused. Our mind has to be in tune with the lecturer and with the topic that will be taught. So beautifully, Adi Shankar have the Gita Dhyanam before commencing Bhagavad Gita. And so let me firstly again thank all of you to tune in. I thank all of you to join with me. I appreciate you joining with me. I appreciate you listening to me. And I will ask for forgiveness if I should err in anywhere. No man is perfect. Such am I. I'm not perfect. My chotahu, I am very small. And so whatever little knowledge I know I have gained through reading and past experience, that is my sole intention, is to pass on this knowledge only for the purpose of beneficial purpose, only for us to uplift ourselves. That is my intention, for us to uplift, elevate, and to become a refined person and to know the knowledge that is present in our system, Sanatan Dharma, that the knowledge is ancient, the knowledge is the oldest and ancient, but yet it is the most practical to day-to-day life and situation. Most logical, practical, and even scientific. Very scientific indeed. And so, let me join in, comments as you join with me in prayer. Prayer is always good. Prayer connects us to the Lord. Prayers allow us to communicate to the Lord. Prayers bring our mind attuned to the universal vibration. Individual vibration, individual consciousness connected to the universal consciousness and the universal vibration. That's the beauty and power of prayer. Once the mind is tuned, once the mind is in tune, then the vibration will be sent out and will be received. And so we silence our mind, we silence our heart, we silence our surrounding. It is said many great things are experienced and achieved in silence. And so we pray this prayer, Adi Deva Namastobhyam, is a prayer. Adi Deva means the first and foremost energy. Deva is energy or aspect of God. Adi means the first and foremost. So Adi Deva Namastobhyam. Namastobhyam means I bow. I bow to the first and foremost energy of the Lord. The first and foremost aspect of God, Namastobhyam. And how, in what way do I bow to him? Diva Kara Namastobhyam. I bow to you who are the maker of day. Prabhakara namastobhyam. Prabhakara mean the maker of light. Prabha mean light. Kara, the one who give or make light. And God is light and light is God. And so he's the one who give us light. And so we bow to that aspect of God, that energy of God that is give us light, without which there is no day, there is no night, there is no season, there is no rain, there is no months. And without that, there is no food being made by the plant because of the sunlight, photosynthesis, vitamin D, so much thing is caused through that energy of the God. Even fuel and gold, all diamond are being formed due to the heat and pressure, heat and of course pressure, and the heat is by the sun and the pressure by the earth, and cause the formation of fuel and gold and diamond. So much thing is because of the power and glory of God. And so bow as we bow to that power of God. Adideva namastobhyam prasiddha mama bhashkara divakara namastobhyam prabhakara namastute. Om shanti 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 harihi om. As I bow to you as light, O Lord, may your light penetrate into my heart. May your light penetrate into my mind, brighten up my intellect, brighten up my consciousness, and raise me to a higher level of consciousness. Hey Prabhu, burning away and eliminating all negativity within me, O Lord. All my internal enemies of hatred, jealousy, pride, and anger, O Lord, burn them away. Purify my heart. Let my thoughts be purified. Let my words be pure, and let my action be pure. O Lord, I bow to you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May there be peace here, there, and everywhere. And so again, I continue. And so I will be reciting the 6th sloka of Gita Dhyanam of Bhagawata Gita. All right? And it goes like this. Om Bhishma Drona Tata Jairat Jala Gandhar Nilotpala Shaila Grahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Vilakula Ashwatthama Vikarna Goda Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Kalu Pandavairana Nadi Kaivartakaha Keshava. And so Bhishma, Drona, these are two names. Bhishma, Drona, Tata, the banks of the river. They are a bank, they represent. They are the two banks of the river. Jaidrata Jala and Jaidrat. Jaidrat represent the water within these two banks. So these are all names of personnel who participate in the Mahabharata war. Right? These are all names participated in the Mahabharata war. Bhishma, we know the great Bhishma Pitama. Drona was the guru. Jaidrata, a great warrior. So he represents the water between these two banks, the river. And Gandharani Lopala, with the king of the Gandharva, represent the blue water lily. So there is water lily. All right, so this river also have beautiful flowers, water lily, and that is the king of the Gandhara. Shaila Grahavati, Shailya. Shaila is another great warrior in the Mahabharata war on the Kaurava side. And he represents as a shark. He is like the shark in this river. Kripena Vahani, with Kripa as the current. So this great warrior Kripa, he is dangerous. And he is like the current, the water current, you know, the water flow and it pull with a current. So Kripa represents the water current. Karnena Vilakula Karna, the great Karna, the wonderful Karna. He is the high waves. So in this river has high waves. And that high waves represent by Karna. And Ashwatthama Vigoda Makara, and the great Ashwatthama, and the Vikarna, great warriors, what they represent? Terrible Makaras. Makaras are like alligators. They are the alligators in this river. And alligators in this river. And Duryodhana Vartina. And Duryodhana, the wicked Duryodhana, he is the whirlpool. Whirlpool is ready there to suck you down. To suck you down is the Duryodhana, ready to pull you down forcefully in this river. He will pull circle and it suck you down. And Rananadi suck you down in this battle river. So this river represents the Mahabharata war. It's the river of the battle. Indeed, Pandava, they have to cross over this river. And did they manage to cross over the river? Of course. By whose grace? Uttirna Keshava Kaivartakaha. They were able to cross this dangerous river through the ferryman of Keshava, through the ferryman of Krishna, through the ferryman, the pilot of this boat ship, the ferryman, the captain of this boat, that take them over from one bank to the next bank freely was the Lord himself. So here, this sloka is telling us in a very synopsis of the Mahabharata of these great warriors who are there on the Kaurava side, who are there on the Adharmic side, and look what their capabilities. Like if you are in a river, there are great alligators. If you leave one bank and you go to the other bank, they are dangerous warriors. How would you enter this river? On the two banks, they are great, they are demonical quality. And they are ready to kill you. And so the river look good. All river look good, but we don't know what is underneath the river. Any river we go, it look nice. So that is the water lily. The water lily is there making the river look nice. But within that river is alligators. It's whirlpool to suck us down. And there are in our life too, if we compare, our life can be like a Mahabharata. Our life, many times, there are a lot of peoples in many people's life, and in many times in the course of our life, there are people who are ready to pull us down. There are people who are ready to pull us down like Duryodhana, like the whirlpool, to suck us down, to bring us down. There are people who do not like to see our growth. And when we begin to grow, they are ready to pull us down in our life. There are people who are envious of promotion. There are people who are envious because of the life you are living. We find because many people live a dharmic life. We all live a dharmic life. We are happy. We apply Bhagavad Gita in our life and we become peace and calm. Just by being peaceful and calmful, people are envious. People are envious and they want to know how they are so happy and they are so calm and peaceful. And they want to create trouble in our life. They want to create trouble in our life. But here it is said in this shloka, Adi Shankar, bring it out, Adi Shankaracharya, in the shloka here, bring it out, that whatever obstacle lie in our life, like all these great obstacles life in the Pandavas' life, they were honest, they were trustworthy, they were dharmic, they walked the right pathway of life. And so the Kauravas jealous them, they want to pull them down, they want to kill them. And so they could not do that because they have one person on their side. They have truth on their side. They had God on their side. So once we have God on our side, once we have truth on our side, once we have Dharma on our side, we protect Dharma, Dharma will protect us. Dharma will definitely protect us once we protect Dharma. We live a truthful and honest life. Those are the theme brought out here by this shloka. And I will go quickly to the next shloka too, because I want to complete quickly the dhyanam before we go to Bhagavad Gita. And so permit me as I go to shloka 7 of the Gita Dhyanam. And how does this go? Parasharya vachaha saroja mamalam Gita artagandhotakam Nanakyanakakesharam hari katha sambodhana bodhitam Loke sajjana shata padairaharaha pepiyamana muda Bhuyada bharata pankajam kamila Kali mala pradavam sina shreyasi Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And what the 7th shloka of the Bhagavad Gita is saying, Adi Shankaracharya Adis, he said, may the taintless lotus of the Mahabharata, growing on the waters of the words of Parshara son is Vedvyasa, having the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, as the strong, sweet fragrance, with many a narrative as its stamens, fully open by the discourses on the Lord narratives, and drunk joyously day after day by the Brahmara. The Brahmara is the honeybee. Of the good and pure in the world, be productive of the supreme good to him who is eager to destroy the taint of Kali, who is ready to destroy the negativity, the inauspiciousness, the adharmic thought in us, to destroy that, especially in this age of Kali Yuga. So this shloka is comparing the Mahabharata as a lotus flower. The Mahabharata is compare here to him as a lotus flower. You know, we admire the lotus flower. The lotus flower has beautiful characteristics, and it is admirable. And so this lotus flower represents the Mahabharata. But this lotus flower grows on the water. What the water represent? The water represent the words of Vedvyasa. So this Mahabharata, like the lotus, it grow on the water, which is the words of Vedvyasa. It grows on the words of Vedvyasa. And this flower has a beautiful fragrance. This lotus have a wonderful fragrance, and the fragrance is represented by the Bhagavad Gita. You know, we admire flower, and wow, that flower is so beautiful. And then we have the tendency, we take the flower and bring it towards our nose and we inhale. And we say, wow, what a beautiful scent. The scent enhances the flower. The scents bring out the real beauty of the flower. And so likewise, the Gita bring out the real beauty of the Mahabharata. The essence of the whole Mahabharata is contained into the Bhagavad Gita. So the Bhagavad Gita represents that sweet, strong fragrance of that lotus flower. But this flower have many narratives as the stamens. The lotus flower has many stamens coming out. So these statements represent the narratives of the Mahabharata, and they are fully open as discourses. They are open. These statements are open out and branch out fully, formally, as they represent the discourses on the Lord. So the discourses are being pulled out by the beautiful statement, open out, widely and beautiful, and they are being drunk. The honey, every flower, sweet scented flower has that honey. And so this honey is being day after day, the honeybee go and tend to that flower and they pull up the honey. The honeybee go, insects and so forth, they go and they suckle and they feed on that honey because the honey is sweet, it's very sweet. And so the honeybee also is peculiar here, bringing out special message. Although the honeybee go for the honey, he take it to the honey hive. The honeybee doesn't use all of the honey. He take it. So the honeybee does selfless action. It doesn't do the action for himself or itself, but it do it for the queen, the queen bee. Take it into the hive, and then the honey is being formed there, and the honey is being stored there. And the honey is there, and who have benefit from the honey? The world benefit from the honey. Everybody who drink the honey, they benefit from the honey. Not the honeybee. The honeybee does not benefit from the honey. The honeybee do selfless action, going to that flower, that lotus, day after day, and suckle onto that honey and the pollen and take it back to the beehive. So likewise, it is saying that we are like the honeybee. We should be like the honeybee. He is recommended. Adi Deva Shankar is recommending to us as we are about to read the Bhagavad Gita. He is recommending to us, let we act like the honeybee day after day. Let we go into the Bhagavad Gita and pull up that sweetness and nectar for ourselves and for those around us. For those of us, we use it, and for the community, for the people who we reach, we should share that love. We should share that beauty of knowledge. We should share it to those. Let it be for the world. This knowledge is for the world. This knowledge is not discriminative. Bhagavad Gita is not discriminative. Nowhere we can read in Bhagavad Gita that it is said that this knowledge is for the Hindus alone, or this knowledge is for the Sanatan people alone, or this knowledge is for the Sanatan Dharmi. This knowledge is universal. This knowledge has no limit. It has no discrimination against anybody to read it. So the Bhagavad Gita is open for the whole world. This is why we find that many thousands and thousands of non-Hindu read Bhagavad Gita. Great scientists, Einstein read Bhagavad Gita and left a beautiful quote. There are other psychologists and doctors. I don't need to call their name, but there are many. There are many. If we Google internet will tell us. Internet tells us a list of people, great people who have read Bhagavad Gita, and they all left a quote there. I happen to have a few here very quickly. We have Albert Einstein, who is a German-born physicist. Albert Einstein said, when I read Bhagavad Gita and reflect about how God created this universe, everything seems so simple and flowing so smoothly. We know Mahatma Gandhi wrote a very wonderful quote, but let us go to one or two more. Henry David Thoreau, all right? Henry David Thoreau. He is an American author, poet, he is a philosopher, he is a surveyor, he is a historian. And what did he write? He said, in the morning, I bathe my intellect in the splendid and cosmogonal philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, in comparison with which our modern world and its literature seem puny and trivial. Wow, look at these beautiful writing. And Dr. Albert Schweitzer, right? He's a German. I think I get that name correct. Schweitzer. Anyway, he's a doctor. He's a famous German, French theologian. He writes, the Bhagavad Gita has a profound influence on the spirit of mankind by its devotion to God, which is manifested by action. And so we can go on and on. There is a long list of great writers and philosophy and lecturer and poet. They all write what they have learned, How beautiful is the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita. So Adi Shankaracharya is telling us that this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is very wonderful. It will bring peace and calm the same way it brings calm to the honeybee. The honeybee duty become successful by visiting and abstract the honey and perform its duty. Therefore, our life will become beautiful and our life will become better if we go every day and read one verse alone, just one verse alone from Bhagavad Gita, and we analyze it and put it in our life, and we will have changes in our life, of course. We will have great changes in our life once we take one verse at a day. One, like the doctor, sometimes some of the prescription will say, take a capsule a day. Take a capsule a day. Likewise, take one shloka a day, one verse of Bhagavad Gita a day, and read it and reflect on it. If we do not understand one slok, what it means, then skip that slok and go to the next slok, go to the next verse. You will see some meaning in it. Sometimes 4 or 5 verses, you will not see any meaning. Don't give up and say, oh, this thing is confusing, I cannot understand. No, depend upon our level, depend upon our spiritual level and our mode, how we are at the moment and the mind, so we will understand. And so let us never give up. It is not a novel. Don't think the Bhagavad Gita is a novel. It is full of wisdom. So we have to go one shlok, one word at a time, reflect on one word, 2 words, 3 words. And analyze these words and put it to ourselves. And we will see what change. If we live and practice and bring positivity into our mind and heart, you will see our whole life and outlook will be positive. The whole of the knowledge will change our perspective of life. If our perspective is negative, it will turn our whole perspective and bring it on the positive way of life, and our whole outlook of life will be positive. And so I close with this little story here again. There were two men happened to be traveling on the same street. You know, many times many people travel on a street, but this was a lonely street. Not a street in New York, though. It was a street in one of the village, right? A dark street. There was no light. There were trees here and there. And so it got dark, so 2 men was traveling. And so a thunderstorm developed, and so there was thunder and lightning. So as the lightning flashes, the man ahead was a Jnani. The man ahead read Bhagavad Gita. The man ahead have spiritual knowledge. So when the light flashes, he walk fast and brisker. Right? He walk and because he could see. The light is like a big flashlight. The lightning come and he bright up, so he see his pathway. And so he walk more faster because he can see his pathway clear. The second man behind, he didn't read Bhagavad Gita. He didn't have no spiritual knowledge. So as the thunder roll and the lightning flash, he shiver and he run below the tree and he hides. He hides because he gets scared and he gets afraid of the thunder and the lightning, that the lightning might struck him. In the meanwhile, as the lightning continued to flash, the Jnani, the man with wisdom, he continue his journey, feel very happy, and he's saying, thank you, O Lord, for your light. Thank you, O Lord, for shining my pathway. I can see my pathway clear. Where this guy with his negativity, he is cursing himself, he is abusing himself and say, what a guy I am. Why did I choose to come on such a day as that I am so scared and anything can happen and I have to pass through this kind with this kind of storm and this weather condition. What a fool I am. And so that's the difference with a person who have knowledge. A person who have knowledge, spiritual knowledge, I said it before, according to Sanatan Dharma, knowledge education is incomplete without spiritual knowledge, without religious knowledge. Religious and spiritual knowledge is very much important, that it balances our life and it tells us how for us to use the physical knowledge. right? We see plenty time people with double PhD, doctorate, master, and you really look at their behavior, their attitude and mentality, like, it's like somebody who's now refined, like, living like an animal. Their behavior and attitude deteriorate their way of activities. And so when we have spiritual knowledge, it teaches how for us to use the physical knowledge and make our life simple and go through all obstacles in life in a simple way. We know how to handle situation in a better way. Our life is more balanced and we can go through like the Gyani. The Gyani was not scared. He was not scared of the lightning. He just used it. That same light he used to travel very nicely and calmly and smiling and thanking the Lord, where the other guy hid himself below the tree and is abusing himself and very scared. So let us all, I plead as I close here, let us continue to develop and read and continue to improve ourselves in that way of spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge is very much important for all of us, for us to lead a very stable, a more stable life, and a more peaceful life, and a stress-free life, and it able to for us to see our way and continue to live, do our duty, I guess, do our duty in a better way, in a better perspective. And so I thank all of you again to join me, and I thank all of you who will be looking later, and I ask for forgiveness if I made any mistake. I try my best, to the best of my ability, the little knowledge that I know, because this knowledge is wide as an ocean, as I said earlier. So this little knowledge, I try to share it for us to all to improve and become refined and to have a better way of life. We need to use this knowledge to change our life. There's no need to change our religion. There's no need for us to become a better person or to see our way, as some may claim that they change their religion to see their way, to see a better way. We just have to change our life. Our way of living, our way of life, we change, and there will be a better perspective and a positive outlook for our life and for everyone within our home, within our family, and those who will reach up with. And so I would like to thank again all of you, and sorry again, and apology if I talk anything out of context, which I do not mean. The way I say it, I meant it for our improvement and development. And so I thank all of you, and I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. The holiday was good, and let us continue to be safe as the virus is still around. And let us continue to wear our masks, continue to use our hand sanitizer, keep our distance. We have to be alert. As Gita Dhyanam say, alert. We have to focus, Dhyanam, focus, concentrate, meditate. So in this life, whatever come, we have to focus and pay attention and be alert. And in another couple of days, this year will go by. And so I would like to wish all of you a Happy New Year. May the seasons bring blessings to all of you. May this year go by, and we look forward for a better and a healthy New Year, 2021. And so join with me as I pray to the Lord. Let we have a better 2021. May peace prevail in all home. May happiness prevail in all home. May health and strength prevail in all home. May unity, understanding, and cooperation prevail in all home. And may we unite together, and may we improve ourselves together as a family of this universe, as a family of this world, under one sun, under one moon, on one earth we live, the same air we breathe. We are one family of the one Supreme Father. Om Pranamaya Sirsa Devam Gauri Putram Vinayaka Bhaktavasam Smare Nityam Ayu Kama Artha Siddhai. And the meaning, Pranamaya Sirsa Devam, Pranamaya, I bow to you. Sirsa mean head. With my head, I bow. Pranamaya Sirsa Devam, O God, with my head, I bow to you. Pranamaya Sirsa Devam, Gauri Putram Vinayaka. To the son of Gauri, Vinayaka, who doesn't have a leader, he is the leader himself. Gauri Putra Vinayakam Vasam Smare Nityam. And I bow with you. Vasam Smare Nityam. Smarina mean I remember you. Ayu Kama Artha Siddhaye. Bless everyone with who? Ayu, long life. Kama, their heart desire. Art, wealth, Siddhi, success. May long life, may health, strength, happiness, and success be in every home. Oh Lord, I bow to you again and again as I prostrate, and we beg unto you, may everyone see happiness, may health and strength prevail in every home. Hey Prabhu, Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Again, thank all of you for tuning in. Thank all of you to join, and thank all of you to view. And I must say thanks for all your good words and your support. I must thank you all for all the good words. I cannot call names, but there are many names. But all of you who have make your positive, good comment, I most appreciate them. And thank you all so much for everything. Thank you again. And Sitaram, Namaste, Pranam, and good afternoon. And Sitaram. Bye-bye, all.